gonna do? Do, 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 do. Oh, this is lovely. Ooh, I should probably do a share screen, huh? So you guys can see the astrology report. Oops. Hey, yo! We're jumping right back in. What is going on? We love tacos. We got a little jazzy jazz going. You know, what's it called? I think it's, I don't think I can get in trouble with lo-fi, right? I don't think I can get in trouble with this. Okay, let me switch the screen really quick. Oh, shit. Oh, it's not gonna let me. Alright, let's try this. Oh, it's just gonna take up the whole goddamn screen. That'll do it. Mercury and Mars is in the microwave. Mars is also in the microwave. So let's go ahead and break this down tonight. We've got, all right, so we've got a T-square. We have a grand square here. So we have a T-square here, a grand square here. We've got our grand trine here broke. Neptune went direct a few days ago. So Neptune was in the microwave for a hot minute, but it went direct, which is kind of creating a lot more confusion than it is helping anybody. Because when Neptune is retrograde, it's kind of taking the fantasy out of our daydreaming. So now that Neptune is back direct, station direct in Pisces, it's all about fantasy. It's all about illusion. We can use this to our advantage when it comes to, imagination and daydreaming and setting goals. We can use that to our advantage. But this Neptune is True Node is coming into closer conjunction with Neptune. They are going to cross. So it's going to highlight more spiritual purpose, connections to higher self. But with this Neptune placement trining, Mars is retrograde here. A lot of our inner conviction is being tested. So our need for external validation is really under the pressure cooker right now. And we're being called to pay more attention to our own sense of self-worth and validation outside of external accomplishments or rewards or accolades and things that we can tangibly tie our self-worth to. Mars's retrograde is causing us to take a look at that, to take a look at our own self-worth without things to validate it, right? And then we've got its trine with Mercury's retrograde, which is all about that inner reflection, inner guidance, our inner monologue as well. Now it's squaring Jupiter's retrograde, and Jupiter is going to be retrograde for a little while longer. Thankfully, Mercury's retrograde should be done pretty shortly here because we do also have a full moon coming up here. Full moon in Gemini. So the sun and moon are going to be opposite. Moon is probably going to be closer conjunct with Jupiter, opposite the sun. So yeah, it's probably going to sink a little bit closer towards this side of Jupiter and its opposition to the sun, at least it's at the peak, because it's going to take a few days to get there. I think the full moon is on the 15th. Don't quote me on that. Hold on. Full moon. December, the 15th. So it's probably going to end up being right around here then. So it's going to be conjunct Jupiter's retrograde. Jupiter retrograde is about that, our inner scope on our own potential, right? Things that we want to explore and expand on, especially as it's kind of working through the 12th house as of this moment. It's expanding on our subconscious connection to the tiny crevices of our shadow, right? And then when I believe it's the 15th, correct. So what we're going to be seeing up until this full moon energy, there's a lot of questioning sense of self-worth and value, not because we aren't certain about who we are, but we're our subconscious habits wants to look towards the outside of us to validate what we know about ourselves. It's kind of like seeing is believing. Even though you believe and your sense of self-worth, it's nice to have that external validation. And if you don't have it, it can create a lot more of lonelier feelings. I don't know. I've been telling you guys for the last few months that this has been coming. And I think that if you guys have really been doing the work, it's reflecting right now. And I think that some of the insecurities or just the low energy that we're feeling has more to do with settling into Mars's retrograde. It's the energy is going to move from hostile to emotional right around January. And I'm saying hostile because it's opposite this conjunction here. Venus is going to pull away from Pluto. It's been pulling away. It moves a lot faster than Pluto. So we're not going to be experiencing this tension for another week or two, and then it's going to be done. So, I truly think that the energy surrounding the Venus and Pluto conjunction is actually leaning more towards karmic relationships and taking a look at your habits within partnerships and relationships. Opposite Mars retrograde is pinpointing people pleasing and pinpointing deeper insecurities and inner child wounds. Just because when we think again about Leo's opposite sign is Aquarius. So we're seeing the shadow sides of both of these planets working at the same time. Mars being a planet of leadership and energy and dominance, and we're seeing its retrograde looking at the shadow aspect of Leo, which is Aquarius. So the shadow parts of Aquarius is very, it's very conniving, it's very self-centered, it's very shallow, it's very vain. Unhealed Aquarians, they look for bits and pieces of information that will either supersede them in the whatever community that they're involved in, or just give them a false sense of confidence with their capabilities and their intelligence. But this Pluto, the Pluto era that we're coming into is innovation and change. So we're seeing the lighter aspect of Aquarius and what its potential really is, and the potential of its innovation and its change, and the Uranus's influence that we see here. Especially with the trine. Uranus is trine with Pluto right now, and Venus is going to kind of pull away from that. I'm not too concerned about it. Yeah, it was kind of heavy, but it's just, again, focusing more on, partnerships and relationships. But with it opposite Mercury retrograde, it's your perception of relationships rather than the actual dynamic of the relationship. So that's just kind of my 2 cents on it and how I've been noticing it within the collective, especially a lot of the relationship and partnership readings that I've been doing. A lot of what I'm noticing is it has to do with perception, that their own ego is projecting and creating an illusion of what they think is happening and fucking them up royally. So and then now that Venus is going to start to get pulled away from Pluto, and now that, Neptune is moving retrograde, it's kind of flopping the energy a little bit more. So there's not so much this romanticism over the depths and intensities of relationships. It's now creating an illusion and a fantasy surrounding whatever partnerships that you guys are working on. But Mars is here to check everybody, saying, okay, so let's slow down. Let's really take a look at what you're doing, and you're kind of getting ahead of yourself. Take a look at how your impulsive actions or your own feelings of insecurities have created problems up until this point, and where do you now stand? So if we're, looking at this as a whole, Jupiter has been opposite Mercury for a little while, so this hasn't changed. But its T-square with Saturn is what's creating that level of discomfort, especially with the Sun also creating a T-square. These two planets aren't conjunct, so it's kind of interesting to see that both are playing a significant role with Saturn's placement in Pisces right now, and it's squared with Jupiter. So Saturn is the planet of cause and effect, right? It's about longevity and planning and seriousness. So when we see it in such a lofty, fantasy-filled, emotionally supportive sign, we're kind of taking the lessons that we're in right now has a lot more to do with how much you're acting on emotional impulse and how your emotions, the last 18 months to the next 18 months, this season of Saturn being in Pisces is triggering the shit out of your emotions. So a lot of what's coming up here that I've been noticing within a lot of my students is that their ego is clouding their judgment because they're being fucking triggered and they don't want to look at it. And a lot of what they're doing is more conscious work than it is subconscious, with that Saturn and Pisces placement creating a square with Jupiter's retrograde, the sun. That's going to break in a little bit. I'm not too concerned about that, but it's ego. It's ego. And it's been squaring Saturn for quite some time while it's been transiting Sagittarius, which rules over Jupiter, which is the planet of knowledge and expansion and growth. So it's highlighting a lot of more conscious work, the affirmations and the cleanup and the journaling and all of that cute, fun stuff. But what I've been telling you guys for the last, I don't know however many months, your subconscious is going to get tested this fine holiday season. So this has everything to do with how much are you actually working through your deeper insecurities of inadequacies, your accomplishments, how you feel accomplished, the last however many years that you guys have been with me and studying and healing and all of that fun stuff. What do you have to show for it? That's what the Mars's retrograde is getting you to question. Like, you've done all this work and what do you have to show for it? And it's just kind of like, that's ego. That is pure fucking ego. So I've been seeing ego get the best of people. And I'm honestly, I'm kind of waiting for Mars to sink back into Cancer during that retrograde period around January for people to get the shit kicked out of them for it. It's going to be fun. And then once Mars does go direct again, it's going to be like that shock to the system, like, oh shit, what just happened? Because that energy is going to get projected forward. It's going to come back into an opposition with Pluto, and then progress its way through, creating a later opposition with Venus. So Mars is going to go back direct again and create another opposition with Venus. So that's where I see within the next 3 to 4 months, I see repeating patterns happening with impulsive emotional decisions made out of ego. People are going to be in a state of regret, but if they continue to live in their ego, they're not going to allow themselves to do the work that they need to and continue to perpetuate a cycle of bullshit. So my advice to you guys, as far as what is coming up next and the opportunities that are being presented at this time astrologically, the opportunities that are being presented at this time is you looking at how you feel right fucking now. How do you feel? Are you tired? Are you frustrated? Are you upset? And here's the thing, your ego is going to want to say yes or no. Or excuse me, your ego is going to, or you're going to acknowledge consciously that you're feeling some type of way. Your ego is going to say, but I'm fine. But I get it, I'll just push through it. Or you're going to justify why you shouldn't continue to work down that conflicting emotion and identify the root cause of it so you can naturally work through it. Okay, all of the above. So let's go ahead and run an example for you guys. We're gonna work on a journal prompt. So Astro Empress, hello pumpkin. I don't need to commit myself. Listen, there's a lot of challenges in the sky right now, yes. And here's the thing though, if you really truly feel like you're losing yourself in the process of it, please do get help. Okay. Now, if you feel like it's one of those things where you just need help navigating it, I am more than happy to help you with that. Okay. So, let's go ahead and begin with, an emotional processing exercise to help you guys navigate the uncomfortable feelings that you guys have. Off of the top of your head or the tip of your heart chakra, what sensation comes forward for you guys? Is it a feeling of restriction? Is it a feeling of anxiousness? Is it a sensation of tightness? Let's work with it. Let's work with it. Where is my extension? Because I want my annotate and draw. Is it here? Is it here? How do I use this again? Oh, that's right. All right, here we go. Do I have a... Let's test this. Okay, perfect. All right. Emotions. Let's get to deeper emotions. Anxious. We've got fluttering, anxious, 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 tingling, anxious. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. Oh, I need my eraser. There we go. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to identify the sensations associated with your anxiousness, because let's keep in mind that anxiousness is a state of mind. It is not a thought. It is a state of mind where we're feeling overstimulated, okay? So the tingling in our hand and the anxiousness, let's go ahead and break this down. Okay, collective, we are anxious. Let's identify the sensations breaking down in anxiousness. Kemper did a really great job identifying the tingling. Okay. And the hands. Who else? For me, my eyes have been feeling really heavy. Oops. Okay. Sensations, fluttering in chest, heaviness in head, great job. For those of you that are a little bit new to my exercises, perfect. Heat in perfect. Tightness in chest. So when we're describing sensations, we're thinking of adjectives. Frustration is an emotion. It's a description of a collection of sensations that your body is expressing. But when we feel frustration, we're following the sensations. Okay, flutter in chest, great job. Sweating down the middle of your back, great. Okay. So now that we're kind of shallow breathing, very good. Okay, so there's that heaviness in chest. Okay, so now that we're identifying the sensations with this, I want you to, I want you to ask yourself, when was the first time that you ever felt this? Now, you don't have to have the direct answer, but your brain is going to take you to a specific situation, a specific memory that it holds regarding this situation, this feeling of anxiousness, this specific feeling of anxiousness that you have. Okay. This is the Mars retrograde energy opposite Pluto. Okay. So when's the first time you remember? And here's the thing. This is where you're tapping into the subconscious. You're asking your subconscious this question. When was the first time that you felt like this in your whole life? Some of you guys might be like, I don't know, I don't remember. So this is going to be kind of taking you back to your childhood. Okay. This is where we go into chapter 3 and we go into the stages of development. Okay. So chapter 3, I think I was just talking to Savannah about this. Okay. So we're going into the stages of development now. The first stage of development is trust versus mistrust. When I had my first panic attack. Okay. So what we're seeing here is this, when I auditioned for singing, there we go. So there's this nervousness. Let's go ahead and break down what happened in that situation. What did you need? What were you looking for? Okay. So if you guys don't know, or you guys are having a tough time navigating this exercise, the stages of development in chapter 3, I want you to identify the age range for you with what it is that you're specifically struggling with. Validation that I was doing a good job. You were looking for validation. So let's go ahead and take a look at that here. So your Mars retrograde. Now, Leo, aren't you a Leo rising? And acceptance. So Mars retrograde is shifting through your first house of self and identity. And this retrograde is what's calling us to go within and acknowledge your value and your skill sets outside of external validation, but you really are doing a great job. Here's the thing, Bo. You can have everybody outside of you tell you that you're doing a great job, but it's not what you're looking for, because the wounded part that's coming out is the little girl at choir. So I want you to go into that memory, and I want you to be her support and see how you feel after that. Leo sun. Oh, okay. And moon. Oh, so it's targeting specifically your subconscious and your ego. And then the Virgo rising. Got it. Okay. So that would place your Leo then at your 12th house, which is everything about your subconscious and shadow work. Okay. So in that case, what I would have, so I would go back to that moment where she needed a hug and she needed reassurance and she needed love, and go in there and heal it. And then see how you feel after that. Okay. Because that's what this energy is. That's the subconscious work that spirit is asking you guys to do. Not the affirmations, not the journaling, not the isolating and the hermiting. It's when was the first time you felt like this, and what part of you is being triggered, and go heal it. Okay. Okay, I needed to know what was going on since I never experienced it before. Sure. So let's see here. Panic attacks. Panic attacks are very sudden. And a lot of the times they feel like they come out of nowhere. But what I've noticed with my students is that panic attacks and anxiety attacks are usually the peak moment where your body can no longer handle the suffocation of your emotions, and they come out all at once. Okay, so I want you to think about the week or two prior to that panic attack. What were you going through? And that's going to be your healing. That's going to be your subconscious work, is navigating the week or two prior and why you felt like you needed to swallow those emotions and not process them, or not give yourself a safe space to be able to communicate them, or, collaborate with your friends, with your family. So that's going to be kind of the shadow work that I'm going to have you do. But notice how everything that you're feeling right now is not directly placed with anything that you're doing in the present moment, because you guys have done all of the work. And the work that you guys are struggling with is this Saturn Sun square, because it's being triggered by this big bastard here, this big opposition here, this opposition and this opposition. Because this opposition is what's also squaring this here. So Mars going retrograde really slowed things down drastically. But your ability to connect with all of this is what's opened up here with Neptune. So Neptune going direct, honestly, at the same time as Mars going retrograde, is actually a bigger gift than people realize. Because now that we're being forced to look inward, we can expand deeper into the parts of ourselves that really do need love and validation. It's just this square here that people are struggling with their ego. I'm fine. There you go. And that's another thing too. Sometimes they deplete your serotonin, and it's it takes a while for your body to recover from the depletion of your serotonin. So your body could have just been overstimulated. And overworked, but that's okay. Okay, everybody, let's go ahead and take a look at... Let's go ahead and pull some cards and see where you guys are at, and if there's anything else that I can do to help you. It's a quiet night tonight. How are you guys doing? You good? Absolutely. Energy's been chaotic, pulled every which way. Absolutely. Let's see what words of advice that we can get from Spirit today. Words of advice. Great, having ice cream. What kind? Trying to ground? Sure. Can't sleep at night. So insomnia hitting you? We sad? Don't be sad over dick, sweetheart. It's not worth it. Super overstimulated. Went to my basement and started lifting a lot. Let's turn on our jazz music. It's not really jazz, but I had jazz earlier. This is lo-fi. Let's de-stimulate. I bought myself a Star Wars waffle machine for Christmas. I'm excited. It comes in a couple days. I'm excited to make waffles. Y'all feel the chaos too? Mm-hmm. And that's another thing too, is that what I've noticed is it is very chaotic, but it's intended to be. And the more that you deny it, resist it, or fight it, the worse it's going to be for you. Let's get some insight. Spirit messages. Ooh. Messages from my collective. Repeating cycles. Inner peace. I think, hold on, turn this down. Honestly, I think Spirit's just validating the chaotic energy and the nostalgia that we seem to be in right now. Yeah, no grippy socks. There we go. Okay, so Spirit's just validating the chaos. They're validating the feelings of nostalgia. They're also validating that you guys are doing a lot better than you realize. So my collective, Empress with Temperance, is this is a very regal combination where it's not just about feeling your emotions and being poised and holding yourself to a higher standard, but it's feeling it, it's radiating it. So with the World reversed and the Four of Wands reversed, I actually feel like with this combination here, it has more to do with you going with the flow of the universe and allowing yourself to be in that nostalgic energy, you know, questioning, did I make the right decisions? You know, did I learn my lesson? Am I moving? Am I progressing in my spiritual journey? Did I make the right decisions? You know, a Four of Wands reversed and the World card reversed as well. Traditionally, we see the World reversed as repeating cycles. And of course, the Four of Wands is family, it's community, it's celebration. Reverse, we're kind of seeing the separation of that, but it's not quite closed. So there could be some tension within your inner circle, you know, familial wise, that could be creating some resistance in the changes that you do want to make. But Spirit is saying you're moving forward regardless, and they understand that it's not easy. But with the Wheel of Fortune at the bottom of the deck here, oh my goodness. Okay, so Two of Swords reversed in the Tower. Yeah, this is definitely not easy, but you guys are doing the best you fucking can. They're acknowledging that this is hard work, but they're also giving you the kudos of how well that you're handling it, even though you kind of feel like you're going batshit crazy and spinning in circles. Allow yourself to feel a little nostalgic. Allow yourself to reflect on those relationships. My advice to you while you guys do that is look at how much you've learned. You know, a lot of the nostalgic energy, sometimes we go back and forth between the shit things that happened and, you know, the wrongs and all of that stuff, especially when you've got people around you that are not, I would say more or less, not, they're criticizing, they're not judging, they're just criticizing. And that's creating that separation between you and people that you used to be really close to. And that's totally okay. But your job is to look at the good. Your job is to look at the fondness and allow the unhealthy to cauterize the relationship where it needs to. Okay, so you know that's the bad in relationships is where you're going to hold boundaries for yourself. You can still hold on to the good memories. You can still have those happy thoughts and feelings even though it didn't end well, and that's totally okay. But it's my advice to you while you're going through these shifts and changes and going back and forth on this in your own mind. You can think positively about someone and not let them back. Okay? It's okay to think fondly of someone and still not let them back. Just because you feel good about something does not mean that you have to let them back. Never make promises when you are happy and never make decisions when you're angry. I actually want to do something with you guys. I hope you don't mind. I would say I could not finish like 5 minutes of this horrendous video. Absolutely horrendous interview. Mind you, it was Joe Rogan, so it was gonna be hideous from the start. But I want to break this down for you guys because I feel like it's so relevant to the message that I'm seeing here. Okay, so I'm gonna pull it up. He brings on somebody to talk about Adam and Eve and Lilith. And this guy has no fucking clue what he's talking about. Hold on, let me... Can you guys hear it?
Perceive that force. Is it just energy, or do you anthropomorphize it into
like a being that you can recognize and think about?
Right. But there's kind of no denying, at least from a recognizable if you had to like look, how do you quantify it? How do you measure it? There's no denying that evil takes place. You know, like you could come up with any number of massacres throughout history, and you say that's an evil act.
There's no question.
Right.
Right.
So evil is a thing that's real.
If there's good, there's evil.
Right.
Yeah.
And then there have been many, many things that people have done. You're like, wow, good exists in the world. There is still good. So we know both those things are real things. We just don't know what's the root of them all. And are there really angels and demons?
Okay, so already off the bat, it's 56 seconds in, and I'm already calling them out on bullshit. But I'm bringing this up for a reason, because this concept is so fucking simple, yet it's incredibly overcomplicated. The idea of good versus evil and how to quantify it or how to measure it is very simply, evil is knowing better but doing worse. Okay, so they're trying to bring up examples of murder and all of this fun stuff as a way to try to, create a framework of what evil could possibly be. Point blank period. Evil is knowing better, but doing worse. So I want, when you look back on your current relationships, the nostalgia that you guys are in right now, this looking back fondly on relationships, please, by all means, look fondly at these relationships. But I want you to ask yourself in that scenario, when you knew better and you did worse, where are you going to hold yourself accountable for your own evil? In the same way, when they knew better and they chose to do worse, are you going to hold them accountable for their evil? Let's continue.
Are those the scapegoats for this bizarre dance of good and evil that just exists in the world?
Mm-hmm. Well, if it weren't, for Adam and Eve eating the fruit of the tree of knowledge of good and evil,
Right.
There wouldn't be any perception of good and evil. It'd just be true or false.
This dude's such an idiot and he pisses me off, but we're gonna move past that. I hate it when men try to mansplain things that they have no idea what they're talking about. They didn't eat an apple from the tree of good and evil. They ate an apple from the tree of knowledge. Good and evil were established day one when God created the earth. God saw it was dark. He created light and said it was good. From day one, God established good versus evil, because you cannot have one without another. Very simply put. This dude's an idiot. It pisses me off, but it's fine. Let's continue.
False. Which is, the reason that Adam and Eve were expelled from the garden, because in the beginning, it was, they were living in a world of either, truth or falsehood.
You're right.
And after eating the fruit of the difference between good and evil, they became opinionated. Oh, that's good, I like it. That's bad, I don't like it. But
No, sir. No. They were shunned out of the Garden of Eden because they no longer saw Earth as the fantasized version of what they had prior to eating from the tree of knowledge. So here's what I want to ask you guys as you're reflecting on these relationships. How many of you guys were fantasizing about your environment, your relationships, prior to receiving the truth of who they were? And it happens to everybody. And it's psychological. The first 3 to 6 months of any relationships, everyone's on their best behavior. After that, the mask starts to fall off. I want to throw hands so bad. This is the dumbest interview I think I have ever heard. This guy has no idea what he's talking about, but it's fine. We're still going to use it as an example just because who doesn't love making fun of men? But as far as this conversation is concerned, I want you to go back and I want you to look at your relationships, and I want you to take a look at the feeling of shame that gave birth When you realize the truth of what you were dealing with, that is Adam and Eve's expulsion from the Garden of Eden and eating from the fruit of knowledge. Was the shame and the guilt and the self-doubt that was given birth when they realized all of the wisdom that they had access to. Okay? So, you don't know what you don't know, but when you find out, you are now responsible for all of the things that you know. Let's continue.
The issue of true or false got became muddled.
Yeah.
And they no longer were fit inhabitants of the Garden of Eden, of paradise.
What's your take on Lilith?
Well, yeah, Lilith. Well, there's no mention of her in the Bible per se, but there's a lot of mention of her in the rabbinic literature that sprung up after the Bible. Yeah. The story is that I think after Cain killed Abel, that Adam. No, was it that after that? I think it was after Adam and Eve were expelled from the garden. That they stopped having sex. So Adam, then was just sleeping, with Lilith, and they spawned innumerable demons as a result of their relationship. Yeah, and after a while, Adam and Eve, reconciled, and they got the things together again. Yeah, but Lilith, plays a role in the understanding of evil in the world, like it's the result of the spawn of Lilith.
What do you think Lilith was originally?
Who was
if it was a thing?
Yeah. I don't know. Well, that's called, midrash. It's the explication of the Bible, by the rabbis. So it's what's called extra biblical. Yeah, and I've only looked into extra biblical stuff to a certain extent.
What's the source of that stuff?
The imagination, and I think the surrounding environment, societies, culture, influenced by the Greeks, the Sumerians.
I'm telling you, this is so hard to watch. Okay, let's take this back. Let's circle this back. Mother, come on in. He is correct, as far as Lilith's presence in the Christian Bible. She was not predominantly known in Western Christian theology as what we know in the Canaanite etymology of her, her etymology in the Canaanite pantheon. Theology, practice, religion, belief system. She was mentioned in Isaiah, but known as the screeching owl. Now, her name Lilith is a translation of Lilitu, which is a Sumerian name that had a very close equivalency to Erishkigal. Okay, and Erishkigal was the goddess, the queen of the underworld. Her consort, not Enlil, Enki, which is now what we know as Lucifer. Anyways, I digress on this. So when what I'm trying to tell you guys is that the birth of Lilith, her character, her existence was birthed from the womb of Gaia, which in what we come to find out later, Astera, God's wife, represented as the tree of life, which is earth. Both Adam and Lilith were born of the clay or the womb of the earth. So what ends up happening is after a long series of events, Lilith didn't want to submit to Adam, wanted to be equal to Adam. Adam threw a fucking tantrum. She ran off. I don't know if I can say this on Twitch. So the series of events included Grape, which gave birth to Succubi. Okay. But the whole birth of demons and all of that fun stuff came as a curse because she refused to come back to Adam. She said, you know what? Fine. I'd rather take that. 4 angels came down as messengers of God and said, you either return to Adam or you're going to be shunned. and you're going to give birth to all these demons and succubi and be the mother of all of this. And she's like, you know what? Honestly, fuck it. I'm going to roll with it. We're going to do it because I refuse to submit to that piece of shit. We were made together. We were made to be equals. So she bounced, she dipped, and then came the Garden of Eden. And then came Eve. Adam boohoo cried because he was lonely and needed a partner. So God knocked him out, took a rib, created Eve. And then those two ding-dongs decided that it would be smart to, well, what Adam coerced what's-her-face to eat the apple. She said, God said no. Adam ate it, pinned it on her, and then all of this shit happened. But why am I mentioning any of this? This was the first experience that we have of ego. Hence the apple in his throat, the Adam's apple, right? The first encounter, experience, recollection, human experience of ego. This is it. It's always going to be here. It's necessary. It's human. It's going to be a part of us. But don't let it hinder you from growing and expanding. You will either be Lilith or you will either be Eve. Either way, the choice is ultimately up to you. It's incredibly challenging to wrap up everything that you know, to stand 10 toes down on everything that you believe in, and to not project your insecurities on everybody else, because everybody else is going to come at you like you're doing something wrong. When you start creating waves and you start making changes, people are going to start looking at you sideways. And it's up to you to stand 10 toes down on those beliefs and to continue to walk on, no matter how dark it gets, no matter how lonely it gets, no matter how isolated you become. It'll be worth it. Now, that's just my opinion. Obviously, I'm a little biased. But we also know when we're going through these chaotic changes, when we're going through major chaotic changes and our ego is wanting to kick in, if I can disgust you in such a way to get you to do your shadow work, here's what I want. Here's how I see people who are choosing to stay stuck in their ego versus identify what is actually wrong or what they're actually feeling and addressing it. So, if you are in the state of mind where you're struggling to process your emotions and address things up front, and you're choosing to sit in your ego, you're acting just like Adam. You are choosing to displace the problem on other people and isolating yourself in the process to avoid your own need for accountability. It's uncomfortable and it sucks. But if Lilith can if Lilith can make the decision for herself to walk away from the one man that she loves to go rule over the darkness, then you can feel your feelings for a few minutes and do that shadow work and the inner child healing. And you can put in the work. I can't tell you how many times I've seen people reaffirm the same shit over and over and over again, but they don't do the actual subconscious work. They don't actually change their habits in any way, shape, or form to match the things that they're trying to affirm. And they're wondering why their manifestations are delayed. This time right now, we are in the final part of our 8-year, which is all about reflection. We are in the final countdown before we get to our 9-year, which is closure and closing out cycles. This year was all about manifesting. This year was all about receiving the abundance that we have worked so hard for. We're in the final fucking countdown. This is the strongest time to manifest. Yes, Mars is retrograde. Yes, Mercury is retrograde. Yes, Jupiter is retrograde. Yes, there's all of these squares and oppositions and trines. But I'm not saying that you need to initiate something new. What I'm saying is you need to take a look at how you really feel about yourself. You really need to take a look at the habits mentally that you are starting off your day with and notice how everything shifts. 3 days is all it takes. God created the heavens and the earth, separated light and dark, and created animals within 3 days. Finished the creation of earth, introduced man, 3 days, and then had a day of rest. God works in threes. Jesus, how many days was he in that tomb? How many days was it, I think Jonah was in the whale for 3 days too, right? 3 days. God works in threes. The universe works in threes. Nikola Tesla talks about the universal number is 3. It takes 3 days of consistent work for you to break out of that subconscious cycle. The hardest part is the conviction. That's what the 3-day abundance challenge is there is a literal activity that you have to do prior to getting out of bed. I shit you not. Every single morning, there is something I have you listen to before you even get out of bed. Your day starts when your eyes open. What are you telling yourself? And I would be willing to bet you guys have no clue what that habit is because you don't pay attention. The 3-day challenge, I make you pay attention. Let's finish what this old fuck has to say.
The Akkadians, the Hittites, there's a lot of, accumulation of other, cultures onto interpreting, the stories that occur in the text. A lot of, fanciful things and entertaining things. Like, for example, Lilith is the, source of the, demonic entities out there.
Yeah, I found out about Lilith like 6 months ago.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'd never even heard about it. Do you remember when we found out about Lilith? Somebody brought it up on a show, right?
Yeah, who brought it up, I'm wondering.
I don't remember, but I was like, what? Who's Lilith?
Yeah, was it Jordan Peterson?
It could have been.
Yeah, but
very
because
possibly.
He's a keen student of the Bible.
Very possibly. It was him.
Yeah.
I do not remember, though. But I remember thinking, like, wow. Like, and then the original story. Like, so when you're talking about the biblical translations of the Adam and Eve story that we're all accustomed to, it's all a watered down sort of, or a strange translated version of the ancient Hebrew. But you've read the actual ancient Hebrew version of it. Like, what did you get out of it? Like, what did you...
Well, most of the translations of the Hebrew Bible are quite good. Like, the King James Version, it's, very accurate. Yeah, it's a bit, stilted.
Is anything missing in the translation from when you read it in ancient Hebrew, or do you think it's pretty clear?
It's, fairly one-to-one correspondence between the Hebrew words and the English translation. Certain things are interpreted through a Christian lens because the Christians wrote the King James Bible translation.
Right.
Yeah, but the words and the grammar and the narratives, they're pretty much accurate. Yeah, they spent a lot of time working on painstaking, translations. So there was a responsibility, to do it.
You guys can understand why this is so painful to watch. What are we, 5? Yeah, we're 5 minutes deep in this. I can't. This is about where I stopped last time too. If you guys are interested, it's interpreting Adam and Eve, Lilith, and the giants of the Bible with Joe Rogan. If you guys want to watch it, absolutely preposterous. That's the only thing that I wanted to share with you guys. Is that what you're going through right now is one larger karmic cycle, going back to the birth of Adam and Lilith. Okay. Why would we be interested? I don't know. I don't know if you guys are feeling nosy. I don't know if you guys want to. I don't know. It was horrendous. My eyes burn. Anyways, this guy makes me want to go to bed grateful that I'm not this in my... No, facts. Facts. Listen, what you're going through right now is one larger karmic cycle. The chaos that you're feeling, the frustrations that you're going through, the changes that are taking place, it's all divinely orchestrated. Okay? There is not a single piece out of place. Okay? Yes. So you could be looking for a dopamine, endorphin, and serotonin boost. Tattoos do that. You'll probably feel better a little bit afterwards. Have at it, darling. If you're struggling right now, good. It means you're growing. And if you're not fighting it, good. It means you're strong. And if you are doing the emotional processing formula in chapter 3, good. It means that you're working through it. If you guys are not a part of the Ascension and Manifestation Academy, I'm going to suggest Existence is Pain. Welcome. I'm going to suggest that you jump in on the Ascension and Manifestation Academy. I have you get started on chapter 3 and chapter 4. This is a really phenomenal time to work on your subconscious belief systems about yourself and what you're capable of. If you guys want a quick punch to the nads and switch shit around seemingly overnight, that's going to be the 3-day abundance challenge. Thank you so much. That's going to be the 3-day abundance challenge. I have you start from the second you open your eyes. There is a task that I have you complete before you get out of bed. Okay. Everything else is pretty simple. It's made for my busy moms, so there's no excuses. How would you define abundance? Abundance itself is a quantitative, descriptive word. It is not it's not a thing. Abundance is a lot of something. So whatever it is that you want, abundance is a lot of whatever it is that you want. I don't define your meaning of success. I don't tell you what to believe in, and I also don't tell you what you should or should not want. Okay? Abundance is a measurement. It is a lot of something. To live and exist in abundance is to live and exist in a concentration of desirable energy. Can you guys hear me okay? Cool. 3-day abundance challenge. That'll kick your shit right back into gear. 3 days is all you need. Completely transform everything you thought you knew about yourself. Visualization tools, journal prompts, mirror work affirmations, all kinds of fun stuff. And it's all things that you can easily incorporate into your day-to-day activities. It just makes you think a little bit more about how you're feeling and really define your belief systems within yourself. Because it's really easy to say you believe that you deserve all the things that you want in life. It's really easy to say that. What's not easy is you looking inward and realizing that you don't actually believe it. Because if you did believe it, you'd have it. And that's what people struggle with. So the 3-day abundance challenge is what transforms them. I want you to understand, Bo, that I have been waiting. Now that I know that you have the air horn. So, if you're ready for a big shift, a big, quick, easy shift, 3-day abundance challenge, the link is in my bio. Okay. You can't sneak by me anymore, Bo. Yeah, no, because I'm leaving now, but now I'm gonna forget you had it. No, I was playing that raft game earlier, and someone fed Lily a taco, and it scared the shit out of me. I was building my raft, and I was like really into it, and someone fed Lily a taco, and it scared me. Anywho, I'm gonna start playing a game. Not sure what. I have Marvel Rival. Wait, I have you guys here. Pause. I have you guys here. I want to play this game with you guys. I don't know if you were here earlier.
Imagine that story. Like trying to like.
Oh, that scared me. Okay, I don't know if you guys were here earlier, but we played a word game, and it was super duper fun. Me, right? Okay, so I want to play a game. One round before we go. It's a word game. Super duper fun. Looky. We are bringing it back. There we go. Here we go. And we are good. Do this and this. This Okay, friends, we got to level 5 last time. You guys are going to need to use the chat box to be able to type in your words. Let's play. We're gonna just do a round. Oh, okay, so we're at level 1. Okay, so. Oh, there's no. There is. Oh, somebody are giving me. There's no. How about? Good. You got it. Did we really not get to the goal? Oh no! We got to level 5 last time. We got 8 out of 20 words. Alright, let's do one more. Tiandra and V are tied. Right? Is that not a word? Opponent? Damn. Oh, all right. Okay, we did a little better. 2 stars. Oh, level 3. Neon, good word. Okay. I guess not. Nice. I thought of regret too, but there's only one R. Deter, good word. There's no way he is a word. Okay, thank God. 1 star. That's okay. Ooh, we got another on the board. Good job, everybody. All right, let's see here. Why is it not giving me tier? That's a word. Somebody do TEAR? Okay, so I think we need to do all lowercase. Yeah, try all lowercase letters, maybe. Nice. Good job, guys. Yay! Okay, so we made it to level 5 last time. Let's see if we can get through this one. General ranking. Good job, guys. Is it not gonna give me bear? Really? Nice. She got it! That's awkward. Ooh, good word. Ever did. Nice. Yay! 2 stars. That would be cool if they gave us the other words. Oh, what the fuck? Okay, there's a Q in here. Side. Hold on. Isn't qualm a word? Maybe I thought it was. Qualm to qualm. No? Yes. One of the letters is fake? It's gonna be Q then. I guess it's not a word. Wait, what just happened? Nikki, wait. It said that you did something with the Q. What happened? Oh, yay! We're at level 8. Okay. Okay, one of the letters is fake. Sausage, you got sausage, that's so cool. Make it this round. That one was tough. Oh, that one was tough. That's okay. We did a really good job. We made it to 8. We made it to 8. Good job, everybody. Okay, I think this is another game. I got you, Aaron. You did. You sure did. Launching. Okay, goose, goose, duck. Oh dear. Oh dear, hold on. Is it shift tab? Oh no. That's not what I want. Hold on. Okay, I gotta do this. I gotta put you guys over here. And then I gotta put this here. And then I gotta do this here. And then can you guys see it? No, hold on, capture. There we go. Okay. Let's scroll it down. What is this? Oh. Hold on. Let me do this really quick. Okay. Where's my... That's not it. That's not it either. Where's my gaming? Oh, there we go. Okie doke, we gotta figure out how to play this game. Homework for real, for real. I'm logging every day and cool. Wait, how do we play with friends? I'm confused. I thought we were going to be able to play together. I don't even know how to play this game. Oh, I can customize. A hat. Almost. Let's do... Oh, it's purple. Let's do red. And a suit. Club. What is all of this? Are there instructions? Fart? Okay. I have no idea. Game mode, classic, medium, goose. You may not know the number of ghosts. Print money, duties. How do I... Oh, it's like Among Us. Print money? How do I print money? Oh, someone died. What is it? Get book. I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm just gonna cruise around the map. Who are you? Is that a knife? Oh, turkey. Oh. What is it? I have no idea what I'm doing. Can you guys... Oh, wait. Can you guys hear me? Oh. What is happening? I want to vote for this guy. Oh, we won. Okay, so it's like Among Us. Got it. Alright, well, that's fun. I want to do something else now. Now that I know what it is, I'm like, meh. I'd rather play it with you guys. So I think if you guys download it, we could play together. We sent the deck down to the bottom of the ash. Oh. Oh. We're gonna ignore that, okay? Okay, let's see. Why is that a theme? Mm-mm-mm. All right. Where's my game capture? You gonna pick up on the game or not? It's loading. Okay, please capture it. Why is it not capturing that? How is it not? How is it not picking this up? I don't get it. Maybe just do a screen capture. What the fuck? Display capture maybe? There we go. Okay, we figured it out. Okay, so this is a relatively newer game. Already by who? There is only one.
Oh yeah!
Okay. Press enter to chat. Oh. Can we all play here together too? Try tutorial. Yeah, let's do that. Practice range. Tutorial. Learn about superheroes and the master basic movement combat. Sweet. Hero tutorial. Domination tutorial. Let's just do the regular two. Master basic movement shooting skills. Okay. Okay, practice. Peace. Help, maybe. Okay. Let's please. Basic tutorial.
You're currently playing as the Punisher, a powerful duelist. I'll guide you through a test run. Come on, let's get started. Go on and move the camera around to look at the target location.
To look at the target?
Time to follow the guiding line into the mission area.
Okay.
You can jump over obstacles to reach the target location. Ready, aim, fire! fire. Press the fire button. Out of ammo? No worries. Just press the reload button to get more. Aim for the head. Go on. Get close to the enemy and use your melee attacks.
Get near and use B.
Time to follow the guiding line into the mission area. Click once to mark this spot. It's easy.
Look over there.
Double click to mark your enemy's location.
Double click to warn about the target location.
Look over there.
Double click to mark your... Want to mark the enemy? Just point and click.
Bogey here.
Hold down the ping key to bring up the wheel and send a quick message.
Oh.
Focus firepower.
Time to follow the guiding line into the... I'm going to share my cosmic awareness with you. You'll be able to detect easy-to-damage structures. I call this power chronovision. You can use chronovision to observe and destroy structures in an active area.
Oh.
Break through the wall to open a path. There we go. Path cleared. Now, advance to the next mission area. You can use chronovision to observe and destroy structures in an active area. There we go. Path cleared. Now, advance to the next mission area. Final Judgment is your ultimate ability. It deals massive damage, but it needs to charge
Bogeys
first.
incoming.
Attack those galactobots to charge it up.
More scum scraped off.
More enemies spotted. Unleash your ultimate ability and wipe them out.
Why does this seem...
Judge, jury, executioner!
Oh.
More enemies spotted. Unleash your ultimate ability. Way to go!
Down
You
and out.
aced this training session.
Oh, you know what I probably need to change? Well, that's pretty cool. Yeah, I'm into it. Big time. Okay. All right, love bugs. I love you all. Do you guys need me for anything? Are you guys good? I'll see you tomorrow. Do we like the word game? Let's make sure we thank Fluffy for that one. Are we good? If we're good, I'll go ahead and see you guys tomorrow. What's tomorrow? Is tomorrow Thursday? Maybe I'll see you tomorrow. We'll probably just play games tomorrow, to be honest. I do have appointments. Ooh, I have appointments all fucking day. Yeah, if I see you guys tomorrow, we're just doing games, I think. Ooh, that's a long day.